Welcome to Broken Tusk Rising, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play in the Galarian campaign setting. We're playing through the Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path.
I'm Jessica, and I'm playing Zancath, the halfling fighter.
This is Josh, and I'm playing Ivan, an orc fighter and former crusader.
I'm Ashley, and I play Aklep the druid, a former member of the Burning Mammoth.
I'm Pavel, and I'm playing Lucalo, the skeleton sorcerer.
Last time on Broken Tusk Rising, Zancath, Aklep, and Lucalo talked to Commander Montgrim, leader of a camp of former Mendevian crusaders, who fought demons at the World Wound before deserting. They now maintain their hidden base in the woods southwest of the mountain at the middle of Lost Mammoth Valley, but must constantly deal with local threats. They have offered to host the Broken Tusk following in the forest and join them to help them leave the valley. But first, they want the heroes to help the soldiers deal with two local threats: a group of necromancers to the northeast of their camp, and some lesser worms that serve the dragon Venexus to the northwest. The heroes agreed, so Montgrim sent them with Sergeant Ivan to join the soldiers already planning an attack on the worm lair. We rejoin the heroes there now, as a dwarf soldier named Zyra takes them to see Captain Nerix. Ivan, as a non-commissioned officer, Captain Nerix outranks you. And because you're a non-commissioned officer, Nerix is a commissioned officer. And while rank means less amongst your unit than it once did, Nerix cares more about rank than most. You know that Nerix is not a coward, but he is maybe too cautious. He's set up quite an elaborate camp here and done a good job, but it doesn't look like they're preparing to attack. Nerix is a tall, pale-skinned humanoid with white hair and glowing pupilless eyes, wearing a tattered uniform. Zancath, you recognize him as a fetchling. Fetchlings were refugees from the Shadow Plane, and Nerix's shadows dance around him strangely under the trees. Thank you, Zyra. He turns to Ivan, and you realize, Ivan, he's waiting for you to salute him.
Yeah, we could do that. Ivan salutes.
All right, he salutes back. Sergeant, have you brought me new recruits? They don't look like Sutaki. He looks at the rest of you skeptically.
Lou is definitely also trying to imitate a salute.
Yeah, what's a salute? Is it a this or the
What do you want it to be?
the eyebrows? I don't know. I'm feeling like a little
A hand to the chest?
Yeah, a little chest thing.
Okay.
Double? Are we talking like, do we want to do double or are we doing single?
Oh man, I feel
Are we
like
doing like Black
double is
Panther
extra.
salute or?
Oh, is that? Let's not steal
I think
from
that's
Black Panther. That's a bad
but I'm
idea.
not certain.
Yeah, we'll get
like
sued.
the movie, not the group.
Yeah, we'll go with the one. There you go.
The one hand on the chest. All right. He returns your salute.
Sweet.
Nerix gestures for you to come into the camp, and he's got a pretty good setup here. They've hidden themselves well among the trees at just on the side of this ridge, overlooking this low-lying area between two ridges, a ridge that they're on and a ridge across from them. He's looking at you, Ivan, expecting you to explain who these new people are.
Yes, these are people from what is you from again? You, Zancath, you say it.
We're part of a following that has just recently entered the valley.
Aklep nods.
And why do we trust them?
They're super cool. Can't you tell? look at them. They proved effective at dealing with problem. Little root people? You know.
And the commander is all right with this?
Yes, full approval for helping us do stuff.
Very well. I suppose I should let you have a look. We've scouted the whole area. And he begins leading you to a viewing station that they've set up to look over the ridge into the hollow beyond. We've watched the worms go out hunting. They avoid the scar to the north, but that makes sense. We think they keep guards posted, though they're well hidden. So far, our camp hasn't been discovered, but that's just a matter of time. Perhaps we should move up the timetable for our assault now that you're here. The smaller ones aren't too dangerous, but there's at least one larger one inside that cave on the other side of the hollow. You reach this slight dip in the ridge. Do you want to take a look, or do you want to ask him questions, or what do you want to do?
I would like to take a look. How far or how big is this area? Because Zancath bought a spyglass while we were able to buy things.
Okay. How big is this area? Well,
Yeah,
I've just
do I need the spyglass, or can I just see with my naked eye?
So I'm showing you the view in the map now. I've loaded the map.
Yeah.
And you're not as close as indicated on the map there. You're farther away, but I've got you on the map just so you can see.
Well, either way, the spyglass lets me see 8 times what I normally can.
Yeah.
But it's a normal spyglass, so it doesn't actually add anything to perception.
Oh, okay. Well,
but it just lets me see further.
See further. If you want, you could make a perception check.
Yes, please. Would you like it to be a blind roll?
Sure.
Okay.
So you look over the area, and you don't see anything moving. You don't see any signs of any creatures there. Nothing aside from what you already see on the map.
Okay.
What is the scar?
Yeah, so Ivan, you know what the scar is. You know that the scar is an area to the north where the dragon came through and blasted a section of forest using that magic lamp or lantern-like thing that it has. This is an area that's just been burnt, and there's nothing living there.
Ivan explains that, but in a completely appropriate and respectful Russian accent that is completely spot on.
All right. So you've already found one area that was frozen by the dragon's breath, and apparently there's another area that's been blasted by this magic lantern. GM's note: they actually already found the scar, but the gap between recordings is so long that they forgot about it. And so did I.
Remind me what position Nerix holds, like what sergeant or whatever.
Captain.
Have we heard that? Captain?
Mm-hmm. All of you can look down this ridge. It's just as Nerix described. There's this low-lying area between these ridges, and you can see a cave visible in the ridge on the opposite side. The forest clearing between the ridges is surrounded. There's like a path that goes to this cave, but it's surrounded by bushes and evergreen trees, and all of those will count as difficult terrain. North of the clearing is a 20-foot-tall wooden statue depicting a figure that probably held something in its hands at some point. Behind the statue is a steep rock wall with a cave 20 feet above the ground. There are stair-step rock formations to the east that look like they would be easier to climb than the steep section of rock wall.
Climbing is our, biggest enemy.
It's true.
Zancath turns to Nerix. Captain, you said that you see the worms leave to hunt. Is there a time where there are fewer in the cave? We could take them out not as a group, but one at a time. Perhaps isolate the largest and take that one out and then stand in ambush for the others?
He raises an eyebrow. Yes, that's an excellent question. Well, they don't seem to have a preference between day and night. In fact, we think they can see pretty well at night. They often leave to hunt during the evening, but just as often during the day.
Well,
it's hard to say. They're very good at hiding. They seem to disappear into the brush. I couldn't tell you how many are there right now. You've got the spyglass. Did you see anyone hiding?
I did not. I saw nothing moving when I looked. You're welcome to use the spyglass if you would like. I would say that a night attack is out then. We would be at a severe disadvantage, and they would have none, if they're able to see so well in the dark.
Agreed. I should warn you, they like to bite and claw, of course, but they also spit poison. It will make your knees go all wobbly. I don't know about the one in the cave. We haven't confronted one of those yet.
Could you tell us about the larger one, the one in the cave? What's it look like?
It's larger. It doesn't seem to leave the cave often. There may be more than one. We've only seen one at a time.
Could I do some kind of check to maybe get an idea of details about this guy?
About Nyryx?
The larger worm.
You could, based on his
I
description.
don't know much, yeah.
But you would have a penalty because of how little information you have to go by. You haven't even seen one.
I mean, that's okay. I'll take the penalty.
Okay, well then, give me an Arcana check, unless you think you have some kind of applicable lore that would matter.
I don't have any kind of applicable lore, so Arcana it is.
Make this a blind roll.
There you go.
Yeah, based on his description, it could be lots of different things.
Okay, that's kind of what I expected. Okay.
It doesn't sound like they have wings. They're probably not wyverns or true dragons. They're something else.
So they're not likely to fly and attack us from above.
That's right.
That's nice. Flying's bad.
Well, what do you think, Sergeant? Give me your assessment of the situation.
What time of day is it? It's day, right?
It's just before lunch.
Oh, no. Yes, I think we must definitely attack before lunch. Because after lunch, everyone gets sleepy.
Very well. You think we ought to attack now, not observe them longer or prepare some more defenses for this camp?
Maybe we should wait until we see some of them leave.
Oh, that seems pretty smart.
But that could also bring them back. We have no idea of the count that is in there. If there could be more out currently than there are in. We don't know. Perhaps watching and waiting would be a good idea, but I don't. They're hard to see. I don't know how much that would actually gain us.
Well, they can see them leaving and coming back, right? They just don't know where they go afterwards.
Sometimes they see them leave. Sometimes they sneak off without being spotted or return without being spotted. They're very stealthy.
Oh, that's bad.
Captain, a question about this statue that is out there. Have you been able to get close to it and get an idea of how difficult it would be to knock it down?
No, we have not. It, we believe, predates these creatures. In fact, if anybody wants to, they could give me a religion check on that statue.
Sure.
Aklep will.
In fact,
How do you play game?
Ivan, you should make a check as well.
How do you roll dice?
Wow, we all have some decent religions, actually.
Go us.
Aklep, you think maybe this looks familiar to you, but you can't quite place it.
Uh-oh.
In fact, none of you can place it. Aklep, it seems familiar, but it's just on the tip of your tongue. You just can't quite remember who this represents. Maybe it's that this statue is worn over time. It's made of wood, right? It hasn't weathered the years very well, but it looks pretty old. I guess I'll give you one more thing. It looks like it probably would have held a weapon in its hands.
Oh.
I'm gonna remember it later.
Captain, the reason I asked about this statue is it could be, we could knock it over, it could be used to create another means to climb the wall without having to climb the wall. Knock it over, climb up it, which presumably would be easier than scaling the wall itself if we need more space to bring people in. I'm not sure how many you have.
He has, with himself, 12 men here, 12 soldiers here. I'm not opposed to it. The statue is not important to any of us. It is large, 20 feet tall. Knocking it over might be difficult, but I bet if Ivan put his back into it, he could do it.
Do I think that ridge that's over there, are we... Because I don't like the idea of us clumping. Does that ridge continue further outside of where I can see? Because it looks like there's about 15 feet that we can see of that ridge.
Can you, on the map, indicate where you're talking about? Can you hold your pointer down, and I'll...
To the right?
Over there.
Yeah, I guess it continues off the map, but we're not going to play it off the map. I'll give you some more information about that cliff wall. If you wanted to climb up that, you can go straight up the main cliff. It's 20 feet high.
Uh-huh.
Or you could use that little stair step formation off to the side. That has a 5-foot and a 10-foot climb, although it doesn't really look like it on the map, I guess. But it's supposed to be a 5-foot climb and a 10-foot climb. The stair step formation over to the right, it requires a DC 17 athletics check to climb up it. There's a 5-foot climb and a 10-foot climb, and that would get you up to the top.
A 17 3 times?
That's right.
Because it's 5 feet per...
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to go straight up the 20-foot section, that would be a DC 20 athletics check. So you would need to make 4 DC 20 athletics checks. In other words, it's much easier to get up the right side.
Yeah. If Zancath were to exist outside of this game, could she make an estimate of how hard it would be to climb up the statue should we be able to knock over the statue?
I'm going to say it would be a DC 17 athletics check.
1 or multiple?
Well, it's 20 feet tall.
So
I'm going to reduce
same
that
thing,
to
basically.
15 feet if it's leaning against the cliffside.
Okay.
So I say 15 feet, DC 17 athletics check. If you use, I'll tell you what, since it's made of wood, if you use your climbing tools, I'll reduce it to 16.
Which actually brings me to a question. So we used climbing tools against the Chimera. Are those still usable?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was going to say I can buy another climbing kit, but
I'm going to assume you retrieved them and you've done maintenance on them to keep them usable.
okay, cool. Thank you.
One more climbing-related question.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible to climb the statue, which is slightly easier to climb, and then leap across to the cliff?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Although
If it's straight up.
if it's straight up, it's a 20-foot
Yeah.
climb. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you use climbing tools, I'm still going to make it a DC 16 check, right? It's old wood. It's pretty easy to get climbing tools into it and get up it quickly. You examine the area, discuss whether you should attack soon or later. You detect that Nerix is reluctant to attack, but he seems somewhat heartened by the fact that you're all here, and now he has 16 people.
All right, here's what I'm thinking. I think that it would be best to split our group so that we are not all clumped for the poison breath. I could attempt to stealthily climb the stair steps and put in ropes and climbing apparatus to help us get up there more easily. And then I think we should also have somebody try to knock over that statue, which it's hard to tell how difficult that would be. And then we could come at it from 2 directions.
Very well. I think that sounds reasonable. I think my men and I, being experts in using this forest, will use the trees to the west as cover and let you take the main approach, and we'll have our bows ready to cover you from the woods. And Ivan, you know that your compatriots are very good at hiding in the forest.
Would you be planning then to move forward once we enter the cave?
Oh, certainly, yes.
Excellent.
I'm only taking advantage of our abilities. Once you're up and into the cave, we're right there with you.
What if we draw them out so you can attack them from the forest unseen?
That would be even better.
Last time we went to a cave, it didn't go great.
It did not.
Is that why you're dead?
Well, first of all, undead, but no, unrelated. At least I think.
Nerix, you can't just ask people why they're dead.
My apologies.
Do we have any way that we could draw them out? Some kind of bait, a large animal that we could leave to tempt them? Something of those means?
I don't have a good sense for how clever they are. I think that they might not fall for that, but we could try it. Perhaps one of us could sneak up to that area with that bait.
Yeah, just tie your least favorite horse to a tree.
Yeah, they don't have horses.
No.
At this point. Or if I can't remember. Did they have any at the camp?
We ate them all.
I think they might have a couple, but they don't have any here.
Do you have a least favorite person?
Oh, don't start that conversation. Yes, I can stand up there and be bait. That would work, yeah.
I suppose that would also work.
And you can rain arrows on them, yes.
Yes, I think that would suit our skill set.
Cool.
I'm not a fan of using a person as the bait.
Yeah, I would love that.
Well, if, let's say, you have dead horse up there. They come out, see dead horse, get shot with arrows. Distraction doesn't last long enough. It needs to be something that fights back. Keeps them in position.
Well, if that's the idea, then I'd say we all all four go and create a group distraction. I don't like the idea of sending one person out there by themselves.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, counting spaces. Yeah, we fill up entrance and keep them locked up.
Would the soldiers be able to hit them from the woods all the way up there?
Yeah, they've got short bows, so they would be able to fire up over the ridge. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Actually, I want to make sure that the cliff face wasn't going to be blocking their view of targets.
It depends on how far the target is back, right? If the target is far enough back, then they won't be able to shoot over the ridge.
So basically...
But then again, if the target is far enough back, they'll have trouble shooting down at anything that's, right up against the ridge. So
basically, if we leave them down at the base, which is what they want, it's going to be, once we move into the cave, 3 rounds before they're able to, minimum 3 rounds before they're able to start joining us.
I don't think it's minimum 3 rounds, right? Because they can do 3 climb checks per turn.
Oh, you're right. It is 1 per action. You're right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it would be
they might
a round. They might fail.
Yeah, that's assuming that they succeed on all their checks. Lou is in favor of bringing the worms out of the cave and not going into the cave.
What I'd like you to do is place yourselves on the edge of the map there where you'd like to be, and we'll start there.
Are we assuming that climbing has happened?
Well, no, we're assuming that you
start at the bottom of the
ridge.
ridge.
You're at the bottom of the map. That's right.
Okay.
You're going to work your way forward. So start at the bottom edge of the map, place yourself where you want to be. If you're already where you like to be, that's fine.
Yeah, fine.
We're not going to place the soldiers on the map. They're to your west. They're going to move into those trees.
I have a question.
Yes.
For Aklep/Ashley. What is Grifka a creature that can die, or is it some sort of a magic summon where if it dies, you bring it back and it's just Grifka again? Basically, how expendable is Grifka?
Well, okay. Well, first of all, Aklep appears to be in discussion with Grifka about the
climbing.
convincing him along with this sacrifice planning, which is not Aklep's favorite, but he's like, this is what we're doing. So Grifka, I mean, I'm not Mike, but I'm pretty sure Grifka can die. I've been really avoiding trying to find out if Grifka dies. Grifka was not summoned by Aklep. Grifka came to Aklep, so.
Yeah, mechanically, you could have another animal companion elemental thing, right? Whether it would be Grifka or not is, well, I guess we'd have to find out.
Well, it's not. We love Grifka. I love Grifka.
That's why I wanted to double check.
Yeah, Grifka, whether he can die or come back or not, doesn't appear to be excited about that. He is really resistant to this whole thing.
Fair.
They're not like Pokemon. You don't just pick a new one.
What is Pokemon?
You get the water one to fight fire one. No? Okay.
No. Fire only.
Cool. Oh, sweet.
So to the east of what we can see, there appears to be more tree cover, which would be handy as we're moving through this area.
Yep.
Can we say that we are moving to the east where there's more tree cover getting to the ridge?
I want everyone to choose their exploration activities. So if that means you're avoiding notice, Zancath, then you need to roll stealth.
Yes, but there's no point in me.
Do we have a menu of the options again? I mean, I'm not reconnoitering, so I don't know.
I am going to be sneaky. I think that we roll stealth. They over their DC, whatever DC be. I'm going to roll now. No, I won't. I'm scared.
Avoid notice. You attempt a stealth check to avoid notice while traveling at half speed.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no point in me rolling. See, this is the thing that always gets me. There's no point in me rolling stealth if everybody else is just walking out there.
Yes, everyone must stealth.
Do you want everyone to stealth?
I don't know how effective that's going to be.
I don't particularly know what our other options are. So we can try, see who fails, and then we don't.
I mean, if anyone has a good cantrip, there is a repeated spell thing where you just continuously casting a cantrip, but I don't have anything that would help us be stealthy.
Yeah, I don't have a stealth cantrip either.
It'll be loud.
Other activities, you could scout, which means that everyone gets a +1 circumstance bonus on initiative. You could search, which means you're looking for hidden things.
Ooh, search seems important.
You could follow an expert if someone's using a skill like stealth to hide.
I think that just adds like you get a little bit of a bonus.
Yeah, but for those of us who are less stealthy, following an expert in stealth would probably be helpful if we're trying to sneak around.
Yes, I'll do that.
You match there thanks to your... You can add your level as a proficiency bonus to the associated skill check, even if you're untrained. Additionally, you gain a circumstance bonus to your skill check based on your ally's proficiency. Actually, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Because it would be a plus... We're 5? It would be a plus 7 for all of your stealth.
Okay, so let's go with...
I think they would add more like maybe 1 or 2.
What do you mean a 1 or a 2? It says you can add your level as a proficiency bonus.
Oh, your level, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
then your bonus.
additionally, you gain a circumstance bonus. It's plus 2 because I'm expert.
Yeah, I'll follow stealthily as well.
You're all level 5. You'd be adding plus 7.
Yeah, that's a nice rule. Make it so that everyone can sneak and not be lame. Yeah, that sounds...
I'm imagining that like Scooby-Doo animation of also like skulking behind each other in the line.
Yes, that is exactly what we're doing.
Yes.
Okay, so you're all going to stealth?
Yes, leads the way, little Zanka.
All right, so if you're going to stealth, you said you want to stealth down the right or east side of the map?
Yes, to try to
Okay.
stay under trees to make it better.
Yeah, and then we will have cover from the soldiers hiding on the west side as well, and vice versa.
Okay, so to do that, you need to literally hug the right side of the map.
Yes.
So, Zancath, why don't you take the lead there, since you're the leader that they're following?
Can I just put myself there?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
all right?
fine. And you start moving forward. Give me your stealth check, Zancath.
Do you want it blind, or can
Yes,
I
I
see
do.
what it is?
I want to see your stealth check without anyone else seeing it.
But I want to know what it is, too.
Okay, so Zancath sneaks ahead into the brush. Who's going after her? Go ahead and move her forward a little bit. Maybe a
It's-
couple squares.
Okay.
All right. And who's going after Zancath?
I am going next.
Okay.
I'm making self small. Is it blind GM roll? Was
Yes.
that the right
Yes.
roll?
Yep.
Okay.
The hulking orc
Tiny.
sneaks into the bushes.
Behind
Oh,
the
yes.
little halfling.
Yes.
I don't know how to roleplay my stealth because I don't know how good. It's really good. I know it.
You just tell yourself that.
It's so good.
By the way, Zancath already has her sword out. Let's just...
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, have your weapons out. Definitely. Who's next?
Luke can go next.
Okay.
He's going to stick close to Ivan.
Give me that blind GM roll stealth check.
I mean, honestly, Grifka needs to be the last one climbing the rope, we've discovered, so it's best that Grifka's at the end.
It's true.
Okay, I've added my +7 to that.
All right. Excellent. And Aklep, you're pulling up the rear, and then Grifka at the back.
Oh, there we go. The line GM roll. Grifka's going to go next. He's going to do a blind roll too.
With a +7.
Okay. Circumstance. I like that I can just add whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can I also assume that I have my shield out and like pre-raised?
And that's a separate exploration activity to keep your shield raised.
Okay.
We're not going to be in combat.
All right. So all of you quietly move through the woods, and every once in a while you'll hear some rustling in the woods to your left.
The other group, probably.
The soldiers seem to be moving through the woods also very stealthily. So you're all moving forward very slowly and very carefully. So they're creeping forward through the brush toward this ridge and these stair-step stone formations.
Who does it? Whose fault is it? Who do I blame?
None of you are spotted or none of you trigger anything.
Wow.
You continue creeping forward very slowly and carefully.
Sweet. Following the expert rules.
I'm sad that I just realized how effective Follow the Expert is.
Yeah, we should.
We could have been doing this for so long.
Well, if you're worried about traps, though, someone has to search. So that's one of the problems.
It's true.
As you creep forward, you suddenly hear the sound of fighting break out in the woods to the west. You hear shouting, and you hear a roaring noise, and you hear weapons swinging, bows twanging. What do you want to do?
Do we see anything?
Well, you can't really see much going on in those trees. Occasionally, you see the glimpse of movement, some sort of lizard-like creature moving. You see the soldiers swinging, but they're all in those dense trees, which count as difficult terrain. And those trees that you're moving through count as difficult terrain, too.
Yeah. I didn't think fighting would break out this quickly. Thank you, other guys.
Oh, man. Yes, they were so loud you could hear them all the way over here. Let's go help them.
We need to.
That was the deal.
All right. We're missing an opportunity, but okay, let's go.
Yes.
But as you begin moving in that direction, 3 creatures emerge from these bushes, and they also look like they're about to begin moving in that direction. So what we're going to do now is we're going to roll initiative, but we're going to use those stealth rolls that you've been rolling as your initiative rolls.
Ooh.
Okay? And I'm going to use these creatures' stealth rolls as their initiative rolls. At this point, you've spotted them. They haven't spotted you. You spotted them as they're starting to move, and they're not trying to be stealthy anymore. Okay, so let me go ahead and put everybody into initiative here.
I get a thing. Because I use stealth, what is it?
I too must read quickly what this character does.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. Yes. I've never actually been able to use stealth for my initiative, so this is fun.
I am going to formally request picture of wyvern or worm so I know what I am smashing.
Ooh, I get a +1 bonus to saving throws against disease and poison. That might be useful.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's gotta be hard to poison a skeleton.
You also got a 33 on your stealth. Well done, Lou.
Whoa, super sneaky
How
time.
do you even get poison?
Just gotta get to the bones. It's itchy.
I don't get it.
Man, those were excellent stealth checks. 33, 28, 28, and 24.
Whoa, we were so sneaky. Cool.
Oh, I definitely forgot to do something very important.
Oh no, what did you do now, Lou?
When Mike is done organizing us, I'm going to ask him if I can retcon something that I should have done before we left the camp.
Yeah, you totally screwed up the salute. It's okay.
The creatures are going to go after Zancath, and then Aklep's going to go, and then another creature goes. Lou, you've seen these creatures begin to move to the west. What do you want to do?
I have 2 questions. Question number 1 is, can I slightly retcon something that I should have told them at camp?
What's that?
I want to point out that in my bag, I have this little vial or maybe like a skin of some liquid, and I'm going to tell them that if I am down, don't use health potions on me. Absolutely do not pour health potions on me, but pour this on me. But only if I'm, at an active risk of dying again.
Okay, that's fine.
And I only have one of these, so,
I will assume that your companions know this by now.
Okay.
How do I know you are dying and not just lying down?
You know what? Use your best judgment.
You don't know me very well.
Well, I guess prod me first. If I'm just taking a nap, I'll just grumble at you. If I don't respond, probably actually dying again.
He talks.
Has something been hitting him? Probably down and not sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm dying, I will not be quiet about it.
Okay, as far as what I want to do is, what are these creatures? What do they look like?
Yeah, let me show you a picture.
They're T's. Can't you tell?
They're the letter T.
Dangerous.
My
Capital T.
greatest nemesis.
I'm more of a coffee guy.
This is a Sesame Street I would have watched. Like angry letters they're fighting.
One day I really want to ask Mike to take a picture of his setup from behind him, because the way he's moving his head around, it looks like he's got a whole NASA control panel in front.
I've got 4 screens.
Oh man, I was gonna guess 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
That is
Yeah.
so many screens. I don't think I could handle it.
There you go.
It's kind of cute, except for the fangs and the claws.
Yeah, a little derp in the arms.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got little T-Rex arms.
yeah.
It's like a snake
It's like a
with little
snake.
T-Rex arms and a dragon head.
There's like
Yeah.
no arm day happening there.
I don't know. Those little arms look kind of buff.
Yeah, but in comparison to the torso.
This is a wild one, I gotta say. Okay.
And as always, let me remind you that you could make a knowledge check if you wanted to use an action to try to learn more about what these creatures are, what kind of weaknesses or immunities that they might have, or abilities. Let me know if you want to do that.
We will when it's our turn.
Yeah, it's Lou's turn.
Okay, let me check something. I don't think I want these things coming over to our allies. Should I just go ahead and use a 3rd level spell right now?
Whoa!
Man,
Very tempted to.
Seems
his
aggressive.
eyes are
but
so wide as he contemplates this.
10-foot burst. Oh, that's so small. A 2 square, right?
yeah, it's not very big.
Yeah, they're not sufficiently clumped up for that.
No, those two were close, but not quite.
Okay, in that case, since that spell's pretty small, I'm just gonna throw a cantrip.
I think
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
think
pretty good.
Pavel has analysis paralysis.
I do. It always happens.
It's spellcaster problem.
It's
Yeah.
a spellcasting problem.
It's going first. It's rough. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
That's hence the filler that is ongoing.
I miss the spellcasting days, but also there's something really nice about just I hit things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me for years, but
Yep.
it's nice to do some different things now.
I like having options, but most of my options are not that useful in combat, unfortunately. And there's so many of them.
I do like how completely creepy and off the wall some of the Pathfinder spells are.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah, there's some wild ones.
they're very interesting and bizarre, but I kind of feel like interesting and bizarre spells is what Aklep should have.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's very true.
I agree.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that insect swarm happening. Horrifying as that is to
That is not
describe.
the name of it, but I appreciate calling it that too.
All right, I'm just going to throw a cantrip at the one closest to us. I'm going to cast Void Warp, which will... Let's see. You call upon the Void to harm life force. The target takes 2d4 Void damage with a basic Fortitude save. On crit
all right.
failure, it's also enfeebled 1 until the start of my next turn.
All right, so basic fortitude save. Here it comes. 19.
It's a DC 21 save.
Failed.
Nice.
It's not crit failure, unfortunately, but it does take 2d4 damage. 15 damage. Wow.
All right, so what is this spell? Void Warp? What does it do to the creature again?
It inflicts void damage.
So what do you think that looks like? Because you inflicted a pretty mighty blow here.
I think that Lou's eyes glow with the absence of light, and he just stares at this thing. And you can kind of see these dark tendrils come out of the creature, drawn back into Lou.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Spooky.
Okay.
that's cool.
Lou, what else do you want to do? That was 2 actions.
And then he is going to raise a shield in case he decides to, make its problem my problem.
Okay. That means it's Ivan's turn.
Ivan doesn't hesitate. He runs in there. No, he doesn't. I can't figure out how to use it. He runs in there. He raises his shield and he attacks this T. This
All right.
menacing T.
All right.
With a 30.
Nice.
Ooh.
A 30 is a critical hit.
Oh, shoot.
Low ACs. I like it.
24 damage.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Nice.
How do you kill this poor worm?
Oh, remind me of the spell. The tentacles are like wrapping around it, Lou. What is this amazingly disturbingly thing I just learned that your character does?
Yeah, these dark, shadowy tendrils come out of it into my eyes, like a reversed laser blast almost.
Okay, so the tentacles are got wrapping up with this thing, and then Ivan just charges in and gets a sword right in under its jaw. And I recently learned that Mike doesn't really like grotesque, gory descriptions of violence. So that's...
I don't like looking at it. Your verbal description is fine.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay. Maybe I'll look up some grosser words here, and you'll have to let me know when I cross the line. But we'll leave it at that for now. So it's like a combo attack here. Ivan runs in while it's wrapped up in these weird void tentacles.
All right. Well, you cut this creature down. What else do you want to do?
That is all I can do, unfortunately. Ivan spins around to look at the other two.
Don't you have another action?
He moved, raised his shield, and attacked.
I did
Raise the
3
shield.
things, unfortunately.
I missed the shield.
I can't
Okay.
do all the cool stuff.
Zancath, it's your turn.
As Ivan kills this creature, Zancath streaks through the forest past him to the other worm.
If you want to go past that point, it would be difficult terrain.
That's okay, I'm going to there.
Okay.
This creature is off guard to me because I use stealth for my initiative roll.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's part of my surprise attack, a feat. So it is off guard until it acts. So I'm going to strike it with my short sword. Well, that's a 20, so it does hit. at least.
It does.
Okay, so I get sneak attack because it was off guard.
Yep.
17 damage.
Ouch.
Nice.
Still living, I assume.
It is, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna stab it again.
No longer off guard, or what?
It's off guard until it acts, I think.
Okay.
If you roll Deception or Stealth for initiative, creatures that haven't acted are off guard to you.
Okay.
That's another 20.
That's
Nice.
a hit.
Okay. And do I still get sneak attack? I haven't gotten to use that much sneak attack, honestly.
Is it off guard only for the first attack, or is it off guard for every?
If you strike a creature that has the off guard condition, yeah,
Sounds like it applies.
I think it applies. Okay, cool. That's another 15 damage.
Oof. Okay, how do you finish off this creature?
The first strike just kind of pierces into its stomach area. The second one takes the head off.
Goodness. All right.
Whoa, you are a monster, little one.
So the surviving creature
Yep, here it comes.
strides up to Zancath
Okay.
and then attempts to grapple you.
I don't like that.
It's okay. It has tiny little arms.
It's true, but I am in fact tiny.
Oh, no.
It's perfectly sized to grapple you.
Oh, what's your fortitude DC?
Is that 10 plus my...
Fortitude save, yes.
it's 20 then.
Yeah, so it fails to grapple you. Zancath wriggles out of its grasp as it tries to grab you with those little arms. And then it will try to make an attack with its claws. And it suffers the multiple attack penalty because the grapple action was an attack. 25 to hit.
Hits.
Aw.
Yeah.
10 points of damage as the creature slashes at you. Since it can't grab you, it just tries to just slash you with its little claws as it looks around nervously at its two dying companions.
Sure.
And that is the end of its turn. Aklep, it's your turn.
Oh man, Grifka runs in. Grifka. So me and Grifka, we like move together. I'm not trying to move us together. I don't know how to separate us.
Huh. Hit escape and then try selecting just one of you.
It tells me to reload the application or log out.
All right, well, where did you want to move Grifka to?
Grifka is going to move to right north of Zancath. That's his 25 feet, so that he can be in range of this thing. He has seen these things fall, and he is super excited to
That's actually
slam a
35 feet.
tendril. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
1,
25
2,
feet.
3, 4, 5.
No, the diagonals are 5 and then 10, 5 and then 10.
Oh,
You need to use the measurement tool.
that's so complicated. Okay, well, Grifka runs excitedly, and he wants to get in on this fight, and yet he can't quite make it.
Poor Grifka.
So Aklep is also going to move in. It's a little closer.
What's Aklep's move?
He'll move, like, right behind Grifka.
I respect the decision to hide behind him.
Yeah.
So Aklep moves up behind Grifka.
Yes.
You've got 2 actions left.
Aklep will cast Produce Flame on the T,
Okay.
on the worm, on the thinger. And it's a 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Oh, that's good. And we're gonna roll some damage, which is 44 fire damage. It's a 6.
I'm so sorry. Rough roll.
So the creature sort of dodges out of the way, so you strike a glancing blow against it. But you do hit it. And that brings us back to Lou.
We're going to do the good old-fashioned Void Warp once again.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I need to make sure I can actually reach it. And, range of 30 feet. So Lou is going to move forward 5 feet. There we go. Now he's within range. Void Warp once again. Let's do the Void Warp again. DC 21, basic fortitude save.
25.
Oh, that saves.
Rough.
That's it. That's my actions.
It takes no damage, not even half damage. If it's a basic fortitude save, he'd take half damage.
Oh, then he takes half damage. In that case, I'm gonna roll that, and it'll be half of that. So, 3 damage. I forget. In Pathfinder, can I step forward, take actions, and then use the rest of my movement,
No.
or am I just okay?
No, yeah.
Then-
Your moves have to be split up according to the actions you take.
Okay, then that's it. I'm staying put.
Ivan, there's just one of these puny creatures left,
Yeah. When does the difficult terrain kick in?
right past where those T's are.
Oh, okay.
If you've got 30 feet, you should be able to get across from me still.
I am a little slower than that.
Sure.
Okay, Ivan will move next to there and try to.
So there is, for the
There
listener,
is a little north of the grappled Zanketh and this last.
Zancath
worm
is
thing.
not grappled.
Oh,
Tried to
not
grapple her. Yeah,
No.
it tried to grapple her, but failed.
Bit me.
What a jerk.
Clawed you.
No, sorry. Clawed me. How do you only have 25 feet of movement? You're giant.
He's medium.
Short legs.
You know, we flavored him big, but really, yeah, short legs. He's just a walking torso.
Yes, but I'm small and I move 25 feet.
Yeah, very short legs.
He skipped leg day.
I am wearing heavy armor. It slows me down.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to swing. 27.
That is a hit.
Takes 11 damage. It's attacking Zancath. Still sweet again. We're trying to kill this thing.
Okay.
Another 27.
Another hit.
7 damage.
That's with the map. You got another 27 plus 10?
Yeah, there's a -5 on there.
Wow. That's amazing. Okay.
Very cool.
I no longer have a shield.
So this creature is badly injured, but still fighting.
And that is it. That is my turn.
It snarls at you. Zancath, it's your turn.
I'm going to take a step just to get it between me and Ivan.
It's off guard to you.
It's now off guard to me, and I'm going to stab it. I wasn't adding. There should have been a circumstance for off guard, but it's fine. I've hit every time. Hey, that's a 33.
That's a critical hit.
It's a 28 damage.
Oh my gosh. All right, so how do you brutally kill this thing?
I'm going to take the head off again, but, you know, blood sprays everywhere and gets all over Ivan because I think that's fun.
Oh, you did that on purpose.
Oh, sorry, Ivan. I didn't see you there.
Zancath, do you have any actions left?
Yes, I stepped and I stabbed. I do still have an action. I'm just gonna. Can I look around? Just, you know, I'm not even gonna use it as an action, but like flavor, I look around to see if there's anything else. I
just
can't see those guys
casually
yet.
seeing what's going on. There's still
Yeah.
fighting going on in the woods to your west, and there's
Okay, good. They are actually doing something.
Yes.
They weren't just not assisting us.
there's
Okay, cool.
fighting going on in the woods to your west.
They are helping.
Okay. Okay, I will look that direction and get an idea how they're doing if I can.
They seem to be doing pretty well, actually. They seem to be finishing off some of these weird creatures.
Okay, cool. That's it. That's my turn.
Well, at that moment, two creatures step onto the ledge 20 feet above you. They look similar to the ones that you've seen before, but they're larger. And they look over the cliff at you from above. And the one on the left shouts,
Devour them.
Oh, they talk.
and you hear Nirik shout, "There are more of them! Cursed dragon spawn! Form up, crusaders! Have at them, lads! Ivan will have to leave the ones on the cliff to you and your new friends!" And their fight continues over there.
Worthless.
But it is Aklep's turn. Aklep, what do you want to do?
Grifka is disappointed, right? He's all the guys both fall. He wasn't able to help. He's not looking as excited about the guys on the cliff, you know, the 25 feet and stuff. And Aklep is looking at the guys on the cliff. And Aklep, you know, I think he's going to do a nature check to see if he maybe knows what these creatures are and what would be most effective against them.
Arcana would be the best thing to use, but I will let you do nature, but with a penalty.
You know, my Arcana is at +2 and my nature is much better than that. And so I feel like the nature penalty is still going to balance that out.
That makes sense.
And so the nature roll was a 22,
Okay.
which is not great.
You think that these are some variation of the other creatures that you fought, and I'm going to, well, yeah, hold on, let me check something with these other creatures here.
What's their arm situation like?
Similar arm situation.
What's the arms?
With that roll, I'm going to
asking the important questions.
I'm going to let you know that these other creatures you were fighting are called Tetzel worms.
Tetzel
Or,
worm.
excuse me,
Sounds
sorry,
delicious.
they're called Tatzel worms. Tatzel worms.
Not as delicious.
Yeah, not as nice.
They're somewhat intelligent, I guess, somewhat intelligent draconic creatures. They live in the woods. They're very stealthy. These creatures look a bit different, these larger ones, but you're not exactly sure how they're different because your roll was not high enough.
Okay. On the map, my range to them is 60 feet.
Yeah, it's actually a little bit farther because they're up 20 feet.
Yeah, that is what I figured. If I were to move closer, can I get them within 60 feet? But moving is an action itself, right?
That's right.
Ugh, what a pain in the butt.
They're in 60 feet, right?
Yeah, they're only 50 feet away from you.
Yeah.
50 feet in a straight line. Let's see. Let me get my old Pythagorean theorem calculator out.
Yeah.
Square root 50
A
squared plus 20
B
squared.
All right, so let's see here. You are 50 feet away from them and then 20 feet vertically. That makes them 53 feet, basically 54 feet up. 54 feet along the diagonal.
Oh.
54 feet along the diagonal. So let's say they're 55 feet from you. So they're within if you're looking for a 60-foot range spell, they're within range.
Okay. Well, perfect. Because I used one action, so I'll use a second action to cast needle darts
Ooh.
on one of them.
All right, which one? The one on the left that spoke or the one on the right?
We're going to pick the one that spoke on the left.
Okay.
Oh, let me pick which metal, but I don't think I have any of the metals on me. So I'm just going to pick regular metal needle darts.
Iron, let's say.
Sure. Yeah. It's a 27 hit.
27 is a hit.
Well, this is excellent. So I will roll damage. It's a 5d4 is the damage roll, and it hits for 10.
10 points of damage. All right. So you strike the creature on the left with a bunch of iron needles, and it recoils from them, but doesn't seem too badly hurt. And that takes us on... Oh, does Grifka want to do anything?
Isn't Grifka's action my action or whatever?
Grifka gets one independent action, remember?
Oh, Grifka is going to move slightly behind Aklep.
Okay.
I don't know why I made him cowardly, but I like it that way.
All right. The creature on the right is going to do something here. Let me check the range of this.
Not something.
Yep, something. It's true. A something. A dangerous something.
Dangerous.
There we go. Great. 50-foot range. That's what I wanted to know. So,
I don't like that.
Oh, it's okay. He's 54 feet away from me.
So it lobs a wad of green spit-like substance, I guess. Lobs it so that it lands directly on the creature that Zancath and Ivan have just killed.
Oh my god, he spit at you? That's so
Yeah.
gross.
Gross.
It's pretty gross.
Very rude.
This creates a 10-foot burst. Actually, could he do better? He could do better. Can't he? Well, no, he can only really get 2 of you at a time.
Yeah, I don't. He's not going to be able to get
Yeah.
3. I
Yep,
think.
just 2. All right, that's fine, though. 2 is pretty good. And that means I need Ivan and Zancath to make a reflex save.
14.
I'm an expert at this. I should be able to do this. We'll see what happens.
I might, let me think about this.
I got a 19.
A 19. Okay, Zancath got a 19. What did Ivan get? He got a 14?
My roll was so bad,
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried
Okay.
that it's so low, it might be a critical failure.
Okay.
And but I only have 1 hero point, and I'm just gonna take it.
Okay.
Give me that business.
See how it goes.
This sticky glob of venom explodes in a 10-foot burst. And Zancath, you failed. Ivan,
I
you
thought so.
critically failed.
Mm-hmm.
That means that, Ivan, you're enfeebled 2 as you're at stage 2 of this poison. Zancath, you're at enfeebled 1.
Gross. I don't like it.
So go ahead and put those conditions on. And you both take 1d6 poison. You both take 2 points of poison. That's the creature's first action. Well, it's actually, I think it's first 2 actions.
Oh, my armor just got heavy.
Your armor, your clothing, it's sizzling as this weird venom hits you. It's not acid, but it smells terrible. and it's sort of putting off vapors, and you start to feel sick.
It's like a fajita platter, but spoiled.
And that's... where are we here? That's 2 actions. And after that, the creature uses 1 action to retreat back around the corner.
Coward.
And then
How
that
dare.
is the end of that creature's turn. Lou, it's your turn.
Okay, at some point I have to figure out something about my character because I think my sorcerer bloodline gets me some bonuses when I cast certain things, but that's a thing to do for later. Sorry, I was trying to figure that out. Did one of the worms, did one of the big guys disappear back into the cave?
Yes, moved back around the corner into the cave.
That's unpleasant. Okay, in that case.
Oh, wait, I moved the wrong one. I'm sorry. This guy.
Okay, Lou's gonna do something else that's spooky.
Okay.
I like spooky.
It's time to cast Rouse Skeletons.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Here for it.
Misshapen skeletal forms erupt from a solid surface, such as a stone floor, and fill the burst. The area they fill is difficult terrain, and their grasping claws deal 2d6 slashing damage to creatures on the ground in the area where they appear.
10-foot burst. Where do you want it?
I want it here.
Got
I
it.
think I just placed it. And that'll make it hard for them to move in and out.
Nice.
With a basic reflex save, which is DC 21.
All right, reflex save. 24.
Oh.
So they take half damage, 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
Okay.
And then, now that knows I'm here, in addition to my actual shield, I'm also going to cast Shield.
Wow.
I really don't want to be hurt. Yeah, okay, there we go. Now I'm super shielded.
So that is the end of Lou's turn. Ivan, Lou has summoned this, I guess, almost like a swarm of grasping skeletal hands and limbs all over the cliff. It's a little hard to see, but you can sort of see that that's happening. And one of the creatures is retreated into the cave. What do you want to do?
You are one creepy dude. And Ivan charges at the statue and tries to knock it over so that it leans against the cliff so they can climb up it.
Okay, let's see. What do you want to try? Maybe making a shove attack on it?
I don't know. What would be the best thing? I like shoving. I
think
shove it.
shove makes sense.
Teach me how to shovey. Teach me how to shovey.
No.
Is that so? That's like an athletics.
You push your target up to 10 feet away from you. We'll say in this case that you're sort of pushing it up against the cliff. You attempt an athletics check against your target's fortitude DC. I'm going to have to figure out what the fortitude DC of a statue is.
Ivan is enfeebled 2, but he rolled 25 to push the statue.
Nice.
Ooh.
He's like using his shield. He just runs right into it with his shield to like knock it over. Maybe.
25. I'm going to say, yeah, you push it backward. It's sort of tottering. If you'd make a critical success, I would have let you do it in one attempt.
Okay, he's got one more action. He'll use that to try to
do another
finish this
shove.
statue off. 28.
Oh, okay, yeah, it falls over against the cliff.
Nice.
Okay, let's go. Me first. Next turn.
That's pretty cool. I'm going to give you a hero point for that. That was pretty cool.
What? I would get a hero
Nice.
point. Cool. I'll take it. All right, that's his 3 actions. How long does this enfeeblement last, Mike? Should I just not worry about it, or does it go down every round?
Good question. How does poison work? Does it tick on your turn or on the creature's turn? Let's see.
Typically lasts for 1 minute, but I'm using a computer to summarize rules for me. I'll have to open up the book. I'll look it up and we can move
Hold
on.
on. Well, no, we need to figure this out because it might be on your turn.
Oh, okay.
All right. I think it takes place on the attacker's turn, on the caster's or other person's turn. The start of the attacking creature's next turn. That's the answer.
Okay.
All right. So nothing happens on your turn. When that attacking creature goes again, we'll need to check to see if your poison advances or if you are able to shake it off.
Oh, okay.
All right? And it does that every round. We're going to check and see what happens. And you'll do that with a fortitude save. The other creature up on the cliffside also makes one of these weird attacks.
Sure.
It's going to lob another ball of spit. The range is, what did I say, 50 feet?
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to lob one at Aklep, Grifka, and Lou.
Uh-oh.
That means I need Aklep, Grifka and Lou to make a reflex save.
I have a question. Would this count as my +1 to saving throws against disease and poison and such?
Yes.
Excellent.
All right, gotta get Grifka one. Come on, buddy.
You guys are so good.
Well, mostly.
Oh, buddy.
Okay. So, Aklep, what'd you get?
Aklep got a 23.
That is a failure.
Ooh.
Lucolo, what'd you get?
29.
That is a success. And what did Grifka get?
Grifka got
That
16.
is also a failure. No one critically failed. Aklep and Grifka are both at stage 1 of this poison. And that means they are enfeebled 1, and they suffer 1 point of damage.
Sucker.
And then, Lou, you are unaffected.
Hooray.
No damage, no enfeeblement.
At least one of us succeeded.
How long does your creepy skeleton thing stay on the ground?
I think it just stays until I dismiss it because
up
I
to
can
1 minute.
sustain. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, for up to 1 minute, but I can sustain and move it around as well.
All right, and with that, this other creature also steps around the corner.
It's also difficult terrain for it, just so you know.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, good to know. So it can only move that far at first. So the two creatures have stepped into the cave, probably trying to lure you in. And I guess we'll find out if the heroes take the bait next time.
Yeah, we will.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. For sure. Thanks for listening to Broken Tusk Rising. You can help the podcast by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, by following us on Blue Sky, Facebook, and Instagram at The House of Bob, or by chatting with us on Discord, and most of all, by supporting us on Patreon. That's at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. This show is possible due to all our patrons, who get one-shots, commentary, and other cool stuff. Art for this campaign is by Sean Makes, and art for social media, audio production, and music are by Mike. Thanks again for listening, and roll on.
It's 10 days to Christmas, which means Mike can't possibly kill us today.
Well, here's the thing. This is going to air after Christmas, so...
He certainly wouldn't kill us in the new year or right before Easter or whatever holiday is coming up.
That'll be my Easter present.
Arbor Day is coming up.
Will you guys give me a TPK for Christmas?
Aw. No.
So Montgrim sent them with Sergeant Ivan. Ivan, right? Not Yvonne. Ivan. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
You always had Ivan, so...
I think it's Ivan. All right. Can't do the Roman salute anymore. The Nazis ruined that.
Wait, what?
I didn't know that was the Roman.
I didn't know that was the Roman salute.
That was the Roman salute. That was for a long time. That was the Roman salute. But Nazis.
Yes, the Nazis ruin everything.
Nazis ruin everything.
It's also what the kids used to do. I mean, what everyone used to, that's how you used to salute the flag in America as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
What? Get
Yeah.
out of here.
A lot of old photos of America look real weird if you don't know that.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, everybody adopted the naval salute, which is the hand to the forehead, right? Or hand to the eyebrows. That everyone adopted the naval salute so that they wouldn't look like the Nazis. Oh well.
Probably a good call.
Yeah, a good call. That's right.
How does the accent go?
I can't help you with that. I can't do a parody Russian accent. Hold on here. Let me find the DCs. Sorry.
Yeah, curse you for having to look at this huge book that's poorly written.
Hey, book 2's better written, maybe.
It is.
Okay, my bad.
See, there you
I
go.
haven't read it, so I was just making assumptions.
I also have definitely not read ahead. Wink, wink. I actually haven't.
Sure.
That would spoil half the fun.
I only read the first book, so...
Yeah, so let's have everybody choose their exploit. Hey, what are you doing? Come back here.
I'm moving.
No, hold on.
Move into place.
On the bottom edge of the map.
Oh, no.
Mike, were we doomed to fight on this level one way or the other, or did you roll stealth checks for the others?
For the other soldiers?
The other group, the soldiers.
Yeah, everything that happens over there, well, I'll tell you later.
Okay. Oh, it's all preordained, isn't it? Okay.
Show us what's behind your green screen, you wizard.
Pay no attention to the things behind the green screen. At that moment,
New icons have joined the battle.
yeah, hold on just a moment. I have to put them in the battle.
Not lawyers.
Yep. Juris Doctors have joined the
We
battle.
flee. We immediately flee.
Why is it all have to be so complicated?
Seriously.
But that means that, let's see here. Oh, shoot. Now I have to read these rules too. Dang it.
It's like 20. It's like 25.
That's what you get.
25.
I feel like it might be easier if Grifka's just immune to poison being a pyro elemental, you know?
Yeah.
Truly, what is he going? Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Lou should be immune. And I feel like Aklep has scar tissue. I think we should all just be immune, you know?
Agreed. Unfortunately, it says Grifka's immunity is fire, not poison. But
That
I
also
don't know,
makes sense.
what kind of poison's getting into him. But